everybody. So I'm again under my celebrated fan. Good evening. My name is Vinu Venkatesh and welcome to another session on the English language for SAI Education group with me. We're going to continue our study of the English language by doing some practice questions today. So I hope you're all prepared. Right, so let's get started. Now, crestfallen on several occasions, Roshni's self-confidence was dash. Choose the best word or the right answer, okay? Decline, boosted, placated. Placated means to appease, means to soften it, to relieve it. You know, it's like when you put medicine on a wound, you are placating it. Means you are you're soothing it. You're giving it relief. All right. Elevated and shattered. Now, which is the right answer? Well, look for hints in the sentence. Crestfallen. Crestfallen means she was dejected. She was very sad. Okay. So crestfallen on several occasions. Roshni's self-confidence was dash. Now, before looking at the answers, think about what would be the right word here. Obviously, it has to be a negative word because the sentence is telling you that Roshni was crestfallen. That is, she was sad. So, because of which her self-confidence naturally would decline, correct? Means it would go down, it would reduce. It's not going to go up, isn't it? So, boosted and elevated are not going to work here. So, we can strike them off, right? So, the next options are decline, placated and shattered. Now, as I said, we cannot use placated because placated also means to soothe or to relieve. So, as we said, self-confidence most likely has gone down. Can we use decline? No. Decline we cannot use this form of the verb. It has to be declined. So we can cross out A, B, C and D. So what is remaining? Shattered. Does it make sense? Yes. Crestfallen on several occasions, Roshni's self-confidence was shattered. Absolutely yes. Because it tells us that because she was crestfallen, her self-confidence declined a lot. It was destroyed basically. Alright. So always look for the meaning of the sentence, look for certain clues. Next, the impression is good enough, but to replace it with fake news and or flaky analysis is dash. Okay, now before looking at the options, think about what could come here. Now look at the sentence itself. The impression is good enough, but, okay, to replace it with fake news and or flaky analysis is something opposite to good. So it has to be something bad, right? So look at the choices. Shameful, yes, it's possible. Deplorable. Deplorable means something that is very bad. That's possible. Atrocious means something that is ridiculous, that is absurd. That is also possible. So all three are possible. So then the right option would be number 5, A, B and C. As I said, there is no substitute for knowing vocabulary. So please also revise your vocabulary from time to time. Next one. Neha is an opprobrious and dash speaker. Equally caustic towards friend or foe, a true curmudgeon. Okay, lot of new words. Now, opprobrious means a person who is bad-tempered, who is rude. Okay. Caustic means acidic. Acidic means a person with a sharp tongue. So, Neha is very rude and she is very acidic towards friend or foe. That is, towards everybody, she is like that. A true curmudgeon. A curmudgeon is a person who is... Now, okay, so here, because opprobrious and the word in this blank are joined by the conjunction and, it indicates or hints that this word also should be something similar to opprobrious, meaning it should have a similar meaning. Why do I know that? Because it is joined by and. If it was but here, then the word in this blank would be opposite in meaning to opprobrious. That is, it would be something good. But here it is and, so it has to be a negative word. So let's look at the examples. Laudatory, vituperative, lofty, unstinting. Unstinting means unsparing, means giving without any restraint. Freely, giving without any restraint. Retiring, okay. So, as discussed, something related to opprobrious, that is bad-tempered or having a bad, sharp tongue and so on. Laudatory and lofty do not fall in this category because they mean something positive. Laudatory means praiseworthy. Lofty means very high. So we can rule this out, right? A and C is not going to work. Retiring. Retiring doesn't make any sense here. Unstinting means giving sparingly, giving unsparingly. That is giving without any restraint. That also does not make sense here. So the answer is B, which is vituperative. Vituperative means very sharp, very acidic, very hurting words. That's the meaning of vituperative. Alright. So this is how you look for the answer. You look for hints in the sentence and so on. Next. Although the warring parties had settled a number of disputes, past experience made them dash to express optimism that the talks would be a success. Okay. Although. Now, although means that there is a twist in this sentence. What is it? Although the warring parties had settled a number of disputes. Okay. But. There is no but written here, but it is understood. Past experience made them dash to express optimism that the talks would be a success. Okay. Past experience made them dash to express optimism. It implies that something held them back, meaning something prevented these parties to express optimism that the talks would be a success. What is that? So what are the words that can fit in? Ambivalent. Ambivalent means unsure. That doesn't fit in here. Happy? No, because it should be something opposite of this. The first segment says, although the warring parties had settled a number of disputes. So generally when parties settle a number of disputes, they are willing to express optimism. But the sentence says although. So that means they are not willing to express optimism. So happy also does not fall here. Scornful, maybe. Overjoyed, no. Reticent, yes. Why? Because reticent means not giving or expressing one's opinion. So it is opposite of this second sentence. It is what this first sentence is trying to convey. So reticent is the right answer here. Okay. Although the warring parties had settled a number of disputes, past experience made them reticent to express optimism that the talks would be a success. That is, past experience prevented them from expressing their opinion, although they were successful. That is the meaning of that sentence. Because of his dash, Joe's friends felt comfortable in staying with him for the weekend. Okay. Because of his dash. So some quality of Joe made his friends comfortable to stay with him over the weekend. So that means it is something positive. What is it? Animosity? No, animosity means, again, like very sharp, rude behavior or hatred and all that. So that doesn't fit. It should be a positive sentence. Hospitable, possible. Amiability, possible. Amiability means friendliness. Yes. Jovial, possible. Severity, no, because severity is like animosity. Now, because of his dash, it should be a noun here, right? It cannot be a verb. So we cannot say hospitable. It has to be a noun. It could be hospitality, but that's not given. Amiability is possible. Jovial is an adjective. So amiability, because it's a noun and because it fits in the sentence, that is the right answer. Got it? Means friendliness. Next, although we had discussed this sentence. Sorry, this sentence is repeated. Please ignore. Number 6 is the same as number 4. Okay. With only 3 trading sessions left in March, foreign investors have sold $1 billion in Indian debt, and there should be an R, and are now on the dash of turning net sellers for the year so far. Okay, so what does this sentence say? Foreign investors have sold $1 billion in debt, so they are now on the dash of turning into net sellers for the year so far. So they have sold a lot of debt. So that means they are on the middle, no. They are in the center, no, it doesn't make sense. Verge, possible. Brink, possible. So both C and D are right. Based on the options given, it is number 4. Okay, next, the once dash district is gradually being dash of its green cover. Now I know that the words in these 2 blanks have to be opposite in meaning. How do I know that? Because it says the once dash district is gradually being dash of its green cover. Implicitly, it means that once upon a time, the district was something, okay, which should come here. But there is no but given here, but it is implicit. It is understood. It is gradually being dash of its green cover. So I understand, because of this word once, I understand that these 2 words should be opposite in meaning. Number 1. Secondly, I also got another hint. It says green cover. Okay, so most likely it means that maybe the district was very green, but gradually it is being depleted or removed of its green cover. It happens, no? Because of deforestation and other things, right? So look at the options we have. Crowded, the once crowded district is gradually being covered of its green cover. It doesn't make sense. So forget about A. The once arid district is gradually being replenished of its green cover. Now, this also does not make any sense because here green cover is already given. So green, it means already that this district had something to do with the green cover. Now if I use arid, arid means there is no greenery, is gradually being replenished of its green cover. Again, it doesn't make sense here. This number B also does not make sense. You never say it is replenished of its green cover. Because if I say the once arid district is gradually being replenished of its green cover, it doesn't make sense. Why? Because when I say arid district, it means that there is no green cover. So if I say it is replenished of its green cover, it doesn't make sense because there is no green cover for it to be replenished. So B is not right. Next, the once beautiful district is gradually being devoid of its green cover. This is possible. The once picturesque district is gradually being depleted of its green cover. This is also possible. The once deserted district is gradually being removed of its green cover. Again, like number B, this also does not make sense. So it's either C or D. Now between C and D, I will choose the right answer is D. Why? Because the words used here are better and more accurate, more correct, more applicable than the words given in point number C. Because see, even a desert can be beautiful. It's not necessary that it's only greenery that is beautiful, right? So you can say the once picturesque district is gradually being depleted of its green cover, right? We always talk about depletion of forest resources, depletion of forests, not devoid of forests, right? So that's why depleted is a better word than devoid, and that's why number D is a better and the more accurate answer than number C. Okay, next, the minister dash, sorry, the dash is not appearing, about the various dash being provided by the officials for the pilgrims, including food and shelter. Okay, what are the options? Seized. The minister seized about the various functions. It doesn't make sense. So A is not going to work. The minister informed about the various programs being provided. Possible. The minister discussed about the various facilities being provided. This will not work because after the verb discussed, we never use about. So number C and A are not going to work. The minister talked about the various opportunities being provided. Possible. The minister inquired about the various amenities being provided. That is also possible. Now, between B, D and E, which is the most appropriate or right answer? Do you ever say programs being provided? No, you always say that facilities being provided or opportunities being provided or amenities being provided, not programs being provided. Programs being organized is the better word, is the right word. So B is not going to work. Now, between D and E, minister talked about the various opportunities being provided. That's possible. But what is a better answer? The minister inquired about the various amenities being provided, because amenities is a better word here than opportunities. Amenities means nothing but facilities. Okay, but we cannot use C here because we cannot use about after the verb discussed. Got it? All right. Now, next, it is dash to drive in the evening and at night when the dash of accidents looms large. Now you know that generally we say that it is dangerous to drive in the evening when the risk of accidents looms large, right? So keep that in mind when you're trying to look for the right answer. Now, it is juvenile. Juvenile means very immature. To drive in the evening and night when the chances of accidents looms large. Now we cannot take this, this is not right because chances is plural, but the verb that follows chances is singular, looms. So A is not going to work. Same with C. It is dangerous to drive in the evening at night. It is dangerous is correct, but risks of accidents looms large is wrong because risks is plural, but the verb here is singular. looms. So A and B are not going to work. Next, it is instinctive to drive in the evening at night when the cases of accidents looms large. This does not make sense. Instinctive using here does not make sense. So C is not going to work. It is difficult to drive in the evening at night, okay, when the threat of accidents looms large. Yes, this is possible. It is natural to drive in the evening at night when the number of accidents looms large. This does not make sense because the word natural does not make sense here. So it is number D. Since foggy weather dash visibility by several meters, okay, you know that this is something like reduced or declined, or reduces or declines, right? So just keep that in mind. By several meters, the railways had either partially dashed or diverted the trains. So what can be a possible answer here? The possible answer here will be the railways had either partially removed or cancelled or something along those lines. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, since foggy weather improves, is it correct? No, foggy weather always reduces visibility, not improves. So A is not an option. Since foggy weather impairs, okay, visibility by several meters, the railways had either partially called off. Now, called off means to you cancel it or you postpone it. Well, not exactly cancel, you postpone it. So B is possible. Let's keep it. Since foggy weather hampers visibility by several meters, the railways had either partially withdrawn or diverted the trains. This is also possible. Since foggy weather decrease, it cannot be decreased. Decrease is a plural verb. This has to be singular. So D is not going to work. Since foggy weather reduces visibility by several meters, the railways had either partially cancelled or diverted trains. Possible. So it is B, C or D. Now between B, C and D, now impairs is possible, hampers is possible, reduces is possible in this blank. But what about this blank, right? Now called off, as I said, means to postpone. Withdrawn is possible, but you never say railways had either partially withdrawn the trains. You generally, the word that we use in terms of in case of railways is cancelled. So cancelled is a better word. It is better than called off. It is better than withdrawn. So answer option C is the right answer. Okay, so this is why I said, you have to read a lot, read good newspapers or books so that you understand what kind of vocabulary is used in what situations, in what sentences and in what context. That will help you to answer such questions, because cancelled here, for example, is a better word than called off or withdrawn when it comes to railways. We never say that my train in the evening has been called off or my train has been withdrawn. We always say my train has been cancelled, right? So that's how it is. So please do let me know your thoughts and comments. Wish you all the best in practicing and see you next time.